Hey everybody, clearing. All right, so I'm traveling a little bit of a different background, but on the pre-shuffle, I saw the King of Pentacles a number of times in different decks. So I'm just going to do this one as feminines and masculines and how each are aligning for commitment. So, or, 3D commitment, union in the physical, in a committed relationship. So yeah, let's get going. Thank you, Divine Creator, for using me as a channel of only the highest, most beneficial information coming through. Let's do feminines on the left, masculines on the right. And in the connection space, the energy that they are both experiencing in the shared space. Okay, 2 decks for the masculines. Bear with me here. Oh, I'm getting a number 3 to shuffle 3 times. 1 more deck. Oh my goodness, this deck is kind of sloppy with its shuffling. So that means there are quite a few things occurring for the masculines in real time. Let's keep going. Last deck for the DMs. Okay, here we go. So connection space, about the connection in general. Okay, so we both had, or both counterparts are really deeply looking at what they need to bring to the table for things to kick off, for things to be more abundant in the connections. So for the feminines, there's that King of Pentacles. This was not one of the decks that I saw it in. What do we get for the masculines? 10 of Pentacles. That's like a King of Pentacles and the Sun. Okay, so masculines have the 10 of Pentacles with the Sun in the inverse, which means they don't have all the answers. They're still working on their abundance, but it's in order to bring ultimate abundance into this connection so that they are providing and, I heard breadwinning, but matching or exceeding. Like they are really working on something that's going to be brought to light eventually that's hidden. With the Sun in the inverse, it might be that the masculines are doing this in secret, that the feminines don't understand or haven't been privy to this plan of abundance that the masculines have. And feminines right now are anchoring the emotions, because when pigs fly, we've got this little piggy flying there and this Page of Cups, which is sort of a naive surrender on the surface, but backing that, there's just this very good, solid knowing that their divine masculine warrants, I don't want to say it, but I got the word waiting for or holding out for. There's a preference for this masculine. And so goes hand in hand. Masculines are clearly planning and the feminines are clearly stabilizing emotions, not taking it personally, not needing to know, wanting to just relax and be delighted by the universe. There's a preference here that the feminines would like it to be their masculine, but the masculine seems to be more deliberately planning towards a shared experience here. It feels like the feminines are a little bit of, when pigs fly kind of energy, but they're still, what I'm getting from this is that they don't see any other better options and they still want it to be their masculine, but they're still doing them. Okay, so for each other, what are we seeing? Bravery. So this is soul level. Wands are about our karma, about our path forward. Usually the 7 of Wands talks about standing up against popular opinion or the masses or certain friend groups or family groups and holding your own, staying your course, being a trailblazer. So let's see what the feminines have going on there. Ooh, the Hanged One with justice. So legal matters for the feminines, karmic finality, like really ending financial or material realm contracts. There are some epiphanies happening. So I'm seeing that there are some brave aha moments coming in for the feminines. That can be about, for a second there, I thought we had the Hanged One for the masculines as well. We've got Queen of Swords and the Hierophant. So this is deepening spiritual energy. About each other, the masculines are committing on a more spiritual level. It's like sight unseen. This is a lot to hold on to, but okay, so the masculines have this plan that they are diligently working towards. It seems to be spiritually backed because of the feminine. Queen of Swords in the inverse. I sometimes read this differently, but I'm taking it that they have not told their feminine, their Queen of Swords, that divine feminine does not know how spiritually guided the masculine is here, and that they are learning how to trailblaze based on that spiritual guidance by not telling their counterpart and trusting the process, trusting that their higher guidance says this is their divine feminine, and that they are designing this somewhat hidden future plan that's being arranged to bring forward in divine timing for this connection. The feminines seem to have something that they're bravely cleaning up here and having some epiphanies about the timing, about why that maybe hasn't been sorted yet, maybe emotional awareness or strategical awareness that will move it forward, the aha moment that allows it to finally release, or possibly that this day has come for the feminines, that they're actually seeing justice coming in. What can we see for the heart space for both? Wow, there's that eclipse energy, this portal that, you know, each has their own autonomous truth. And since the eclipses, we're seeing this unified, there's some kind of a convergence that happened over the April 8th eclipse that is harmonizing the two thoughts. How are the feminines, I mean, on the heart space, there's a knowing on the heart space. Wow, justice again in another deck with letting go of control issues. So feminines have completely dropped into what they need to take care of on the karmic front and seeing themselves as capable. It's kind of like they have this safety in the love here, that it's not causing angst for many of the feminines. They're finally not focusing on their masculine. They're focusing on what needs to be dealt with first, because there's so much safety in the connection. They trust the love. They know it's not personal, that the connections haven't come in, and they're staying the course, focusing on what they need to. This can be the Emperor in the inverse, can be divine masculine taking a little bit of a step back. It just feels like both are doing things unbeknownst to the other in the 3D, but they're both being so intuitively guided. What are the masculines up to? Page of Swords, Nine of Cups. Yeah, they're kind of looking for physical cues. This is beginner's eyes. It can be curiosity and can be asking friends, can be studious energy. It can be like asking for a little bit of details, maybe checking out social media. They are continuing to actively manifest what they want, but looking for cues, looking for those synchronicities, looking for opportunities to seal the deal with these wishes that they know that they have. So it's like a treasure hunt. I'm getting masculines are looking for these hierophant, these high priest downloads and optimum moments to seize here, like to be able to go, yes, I'm poised and ready to take that opportunity with finances, with love, with, you know, everything. Masculines are catching stride here, and with their decision making, they're feeling more confident is what I'm getting here. And they don't need external approval. They don't even need to know what the feminine is up to be able to have this surety and this deliberate yeses and nos manifestation. Something in the energy is also backing the feminines to be much more easygoing about what's going on with the masculine and just stay the course with their material realm pre-existing karma. Okay, what can we say on the heart space for each other? Tucked away deep in the heart. So the devil's gone. The strength card is where we overcome the devil. We calm the beast. And so in both heart spaces, there is this deep knowing. How's that for the feminines? Nine of Cups and the truth. The feminines have realized it's not about how the masculines feel first and foremost. It's that all of their telltale signs emotionally, mentally, and physically are pointing to the knowing. This card, this Ace of Swords in this deck, this is emanating out from the mind space of the feminines because they're manifesting what they want and they are broadcasting that into the universe. So they have chosen the masculines. I've often said that it's, upon first meeting, the masculines kind of anoint the feminine. They kind of touch the feminine. They kind of choose the feminine. They claim the feminine. And the feminine has to go through this maturation process by where they believe they are actually worthy of that masculine. And that the full circle union doesn't happen until the feminine's self-worth dispels all the fear that they were crazy, that this masculine actually chose them, kind of thing. What are the masculines feeling on the Heart of Hearts? Knight of Cups, Page of Swords again. So we got back-to-back Page of Swords, Nine of Cups for each. So there's deep heart work going on here and curiosity. But yeah, masculines are really feeling the love. They're feeling that this connection warrants it. There's something of the energetic connection that's putting everyone at ease, the safety coming in. What can we see for the mutual wishes? To continue staying in our own lanes. This is like not talking about it in the physical, not planning with each other at this point, but really following this precise knowing deep within each. This is alignment. What is good for each person is good for the union when it's aligned. If you're always second guessing what the other person would like you to do or how it would affect the other person, that can get a wobble in the energy. If you just drop into what is actually good for you, that's when your aligned one can show up, because you're not second guessing. You're not trying to go left or right and figure it out. You're just navigating from first person. If these connections are really aligned, I just saw 12-12. This brings in the unions when we don't have to try and strategize our way into it. What are the feminines doing here? The Chariot and clarified by the Chariot, both in the inverse. So the feminines are getting this message that it's about what each is doing internally, overcoming shadow, really balancing out the masculine feminine polarity on our own terms. In the inverted, you guys have always heard me say that's a deep internalized process. I don't typically read, a negative assessment for an internalized or a inverted card. I take it as it's an internal process. So the feminines know that they are just fine with the masculines and themselves really looking at this balancing within and seeing that as the mechanism that moves things forward. So that really collaborates this idea that everybody is bearing their own, this cross in the upright there, when we turn it in the inverse, this cross shows up. And so it's like each one has their cross to bear. The Chariot cards often have a shadow side that's still sort of unbalanced. And so that's also our karma. That's also our own independent sorting our life, organizing what we each need. And that is a very sovereign motion. These things pre-existed the connections. And so everybody's still learning themselves that way. What about the masculines here? 10 of Cups, and there's the Strength card. We have so many duplicates. We had that already, overcoming the devil energies. So yeah, masculines are in the process of, not buying into anything external and really staying the course with this ultimate happiness, not wanting to ruin the surprise I just heard. So yeah, there's something about everybody being good on their own here and there's no superstition in this energy. It just feels like trust. Feels a lot like trust. Beautiful. What can we see for the actions? Deep intuition. Each person in this deeply intuitive mode. What are the feminines being intuitive about? Equal give and take, healing the heartache, doing this inner work of balancing. This is message, Four of Swords and Six of Pentacles, both in the inverse. This is the message of the feminines really balancing out and not being turned on by anything that's not mutual, that's not ready, that's not go time, that's not fully available from both sides. If there's an imbalance like that, feminines are not into it. Beautiful. And they're using their intuition to really wait it out for when that energetic connection clicks. Masculines, Three of Cups and baby steps. So this is deepening the more than friends. So the masculines are plotting how to bring this out of platonic, how to bring it safely into primary, how to release any kind of air about the connection that isn't fully focused on the romantic love here. They're making these steps in the physical so that these highest timelines and guidance stabilizes the connection so it comes in with appropriate timing and balance and grounding. The masculines are actively doing things behind the scenes, but there's going to be a little bit more and more coming forward to the feminines here. Is that the action? Yeah. What's the biggest challenge for both? Self-love, staying in this knowing, being divinely guided, not rushing. What are the feminines challenged by? Yeah, sometimes the feminines can get all up in their head because it hasn't come into the physical yet. This is feeling trapped and powerless and separation. So yeah, feminines, if you're feeling afraid of the dark in these connections, go to source. You know, do continue telling yourself that you want the real thing when it's time and that you're willing to do the things you are guided to do to get there. Stay the course, balance out, loyalty, faith, trust. What about the masculines? Eight of Cups and 10 of Cups for the second time for the masculines. Eight of Cups in the gone but not gone. So they're holding out. Masculines, you're holding out for when you love yourself so much that you know that your feminine will be blessed by your presence in their life, and that you know that you have reached your full potential so you can bring that lovingly into the connection. But, you know, when is enough enough? So if you don't love yourself completely, masculines, it will never be attainable. There will come a time when you just say it's well worth coming together with my feminine rather than waiting. You know, the days don't come back. It's about the love. So yeah, your feminine is kind of feeling maybe that it is taking a lot longer than it needs to. I think these are in direct proportion. You know, feminine's self-love says you're not rejected. Masculine self-love says you're good enough. We can have this immediately, but there does seem to be a pull still, masculines. So I'm getting a very sincere message. Masculines, you're good enough. If you wait until you're completely good enough or something, you know, your ego makes these goals to reach, masculines, and just because you've said you want to reach a certain goal doesn't mean you have to reach that goal. You can change your mind because some of the goals are too far-fetched, and if your worthiness is connected to it, maybe rethink that. Because it doesn't necessarily have to be always so far in the future. You can have love now. You can let that in the proportion that feels right to you. But again, the feminines that are connected with you are so balanced. They'll understand if you still need a runway before you feel comfortable to be full in. And likewise, feminines, like, there's a lot of karmic release and justice coming in. So consider it's not all about your masculine hanging back for reasons of insecurity and that kind of thing as well. You're also releasing karma and balancing things out and seeing your capacity and staying the course. They do go hand in hand. If you have eyes to see your whole connection, you will see how it's elegantly balanced between the two. What is the solution to this when is enough conundrum? Yeah, seeing the love through all of it right now amidst all of the energies that are at play. How can the feminines Appreciate the love in this very moment by not needing to know. Here's that Queen of Swords in the inverse, like we saw for the masculines, maybe not directly telling the feminine something because there's a surprise, because there is this behind the scenes readying for this love. Feminines staying brave. 7 of Wands for the second time here. So this is about just tuning in to the you are safe right here, right now. You are loved. You are so connected that you're on this journey. You are such a brilliant, brilliant soul that you're on this connection. And so be in that gratitude for yourself right now. If self-love is the challenge, then, you know, seeing the gratitude of how you know that you love yourself, how wonderful you really are. It is a hard-won victory sometimes to recognize how magnificent you are and be okay with telling yourself that you are that magnificent. What can we see for the masculines? Oh, yeah, so there is a little bit of abandonment wound still being healed here about that. When is enough enough? When is it good enough? When have I reached my potential far enough to warrant being chosen, being loved by my feminine completely? So yeah, this is High Priest masculine. So continue getting that internal memo that you are so lovable. Be grateful as well. So it's self-love for everyone is the challenge here. That means that we're mirroring, that each think the other one is a little bit on a pedestal. Isn't that funny how your counterpart thinks that you're a little bit on a pedestal and you think they're a little bit on a pedestal? So, I mean, both get nervous around each other. Both think the other one is so great. What can we see for the direction in the near future? 10 of Cups, happiness. So let's trust the divine timing, because whatever is playing out, whatever this becoming is, it is leading to this 10 of Cups in the near future. A lot of daydreaming, a lot of manifestation. 9 of Pentacles and 5 of Swords. Yeah, so continue freeing yourself, feminines. Keep using your highest extraordinary timelines as the carrot to follow. Not necessarily your masculine, but the frequency, the freedom, the direction you're going. Just know everything's happening for a reason. 5 of Swords is my card of free will. In the inverse like this, it means you are actively taking accountability for your choices, for the things you're loyal to. 9 of Pentacles in the inverse can represent loyalty, even sight unseen, and staying the course because of really owning your own rite of progress, your own circumstances at this time, but also your own knowing, your own preferences, your own manifestations. And so keep going towards your highest knowing, what is really written on your heart. Feminines, don't settle. And just know it's coming. You will reach a marker. And for the masculines, Page of Cups and 2 of Cups. Ooh, I just heard they're planning how to propose, how to offer. The Page of Cups can be a love offer. 2 of Cups, not quite time yet, not in the upright, but it's backing this Page of Cups towards the happiness. So for many of these masculines, they already want to propose. They already want to do it when it's perfect. They're waiting for the perfect moment. The perfect moment where it just clicks. So feminines, these masculines have been working on this love behind the scenes. They want to absolutely, I just heard, sweep you off your feet, plan such a beautiful moment that you will remember for a lifetime. When they come in and affirm this love, we saw the 3 of Cups, now we've got the 2 of Cups, like it's coming in. I heard Jaws, dun-dun, dun-dun. Okay, it's coming. Many blessings, everyone. Bye for now.